FuzzJockRadio!
HutHutHike! And we are live. This is FuzzJockRadio, our premiere episode, episode number 1. I am your host, Fuzzy. We also have two other hosts.
I'm also your host, James.
I'm also your host, C-Dubs.
And C-Dubs is actually all the way out in California, while James and Fuzzy here are in Minnesota. Hopefully one of these days we can have a live episode together. But yeah, welcome to FuzzJockRadio, your premier sports talk podcast, brought to you by FuzzTalk Radio. It's a FuzzTalk Radio production.
Brought to you by three guys that totally know sports.
Oh, yeah. We all know sports a lot. Lots of sports. So what we're going to end up doing, the format that we currently have devised is we're going to just go through each sports, starting off with NFL, since they just started their season, and go through the MLB, NBA, WNBA, NHL, the MLS. Once the Olympics start coming around, we'll talk about that. We'll have random sports topics.
Cricket.
Cricket, yeah, that could be one.
The Ashes just finished, and they drew. England won in the final one of the Ashes, so they didn't lose, but they didn't win.
I don't know what that means, but through these episodes, hopefully we can all learn a little bit more about sports that we don't know.
I'm going to get really well-versed in snooker.
And you the listeners, you're going to start looking up snooker stuff?
Yeah.
Cool.
Is that SFW?
I don't know.
Because it sounds a little... like it could be a little NSFW.
Well, we're anti-FCC here, so we're going to go with it.
Oh.
And then at the very end, we will have some sports trivia that I have created just to end the show with on a fun note. So yeah, and you can contact us via Twitter, Facebook, email. It's fuzzjockradio@gmail.com, Twitter FuzzJockRadio, Facebook FuzzJockRadio. Yeah, and so if you have any suggestions for us or anything that you want to add, we will definitely be an interactive podcast as long as it's nice to us.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be mean. So yeah, I guess let's just kind of start it all off. Let's go right into the NFL.
We just watched the Browns destroy the Jets.
Yes, very terrible game.
I got one question. Are the Browns good or are the Jets bad? And is that a football question?
Well, I think that's a very good football question, actually, because people seem to think that the Browns are good, and everyone knows that the Jets are bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that the Browns are also bad still. I have yet to see them do anything that makes them look good. This game did not make them look good. Even though they won by a pretty good margin, they didn't look good.
Well, Odell,
and that's bad.
Odell looked good.
He always does,
yeah.
Even on the bad Giants.
I mean, that's why they signed him, right? So he can make
them
look good.
They didn't sign him. They traded for him because the Giants wanted to get rid of a headache.
Well, now he's on a team that he can be the number one reason why they're a good team.
That's what they're hoping for.
So yeah, we just watched that. It looks like San Francisco had a big game. New England, of course, had a big game. We really don't want to talk about them because
no.
The Dallas and Washington game was close. Kansas City destroyed Oakland, 28-10. And
that one's crazy because the 28 points that Kansas City put up, they put up in one quarter. And then they did nothing the rest of the game.
Are you
but
serious?
It didn't matter because they put up 28 points in one quarter.
I mean, whoa, that's scary.
They were 10 out of 14 on start.
Wow.
Stop that.
We just had some stats flying in through the window.
Whoops. Hopefully the NFL doesn't listen to that little clip there.
That was my voicemail.
Yeah, that was your voicemail. So Yeah, and then unfortunately our Minnesota Vikings totally got bombed. We did a really bad job with that.
That was a rough game.
There was a really questionable call on touchdown, I believe, in that game.
The pass interference on the offense?
Yeah, what was the story with that?
Go ahead.
They called pass interference on the offense 3 different times. One of them was definitely justifiable. The other 2 I didn't really understand, especially the Cooks touchdown one. I didn't get that one at all.
Well, I think James is referring to the touchdown that was taken away from us.
That's the Cooks did a offensive holding for pass interference, and they took away a touchdown that was on Diggs, right? Is that the one you're talking about?
Yep.
Yeah. That was. I did not get that call at all, and was very upset that we had to settle for a field goal there.
Well, and the thing, I think that made it a questionable thing is that isn't it a new rule that they can replay all plays or something like that?
Yeah, so they were able to, in checking to see if it was a touchdown, they caught that he did that, or they said he did that, and so thus the touchdown didn't count. So there wasn't actually, that call wasn't made. That call was a makeup call.
Oh.
So that's really fucked up.
So essentially they went in looking for something else and then saw that.
Yeah. That's not. They need probable cause, man. It's like a cop going into your house.
Well, this is an important issue with current technology in sports, with the availability of replays, the strike zone in baseball, having that all done by a computer, and I don't know. That could be a very long topic for another time.
Well, and that's something.
Well, I think, yeah.
That's something that people have always rallied with, is that it also takes away the human element of sports, where sometimes those mistakes that the umpire makes is part of the game, because like sports, the players don't play efficient games all the time, and
exactly.
The umpires shouldn't be held to the standard of having to be perfect all the time either.
Yeah, I mean, see, I'm kind of torn on it, because I do want the human element of the game, but there are elements of the game I think don't need a human element. Like, I think an umpire at home plate actually has plenty to do outside of counting or judging a ball and a strike. He actually has plenty of other stuff to do.
Yeah.
So I think taking away that call from him and just making that robotic doesn't take away from the human element. He's still there. He still has plenty to do. He has to watch for all sorts of other stuff. He needs to check for balks. He needs to see if players are within the baseline. He needs to check and see if a ball is foul or fair. He needs to see like all sorts of stuff. Especially a play at home base. He's really important for that.
Yeah.
But I also see where the people come from when they say the human element, because I agree, sports needs a human element. Otherwise, it's going to end up being like in Futurama, where it's just Blurn's ball and it's just a bunch of chaos happening, and it doesn't matter because it's all just computerized crap. So you just go with random stuff because there's no point. Everything is so computerized and robotic. You just go with random.
I am a huge fan of Blurn's ball.
I need to check that out. I don't remember that. So
it's a game that's very random.
So the NFL, just sticking on the topics here. The NFL had a couple major injuries in their lineups this past week.
We should talk about that.
It looked like Drew Brees and Ben Roethlisberger are out for not just a couple of games, but like extended period of times. I think Ben is out.
He's out for the season.
For the season?
Yep, out for the season.
And what happened there? What happened with Ben?
So he aggravated something in his elbow. I don't know the whole story, but he aggravated something, and then they went to look at it, and they realized that he actually needs elbow surgery. And so he's going to have to get elbow surgery, and that's going to take him out for the season.
Here it goes.
And then,
Yep.
And then Breeze, I saw that he had some type of hand injury, and he
got his hand smushed.
Ooh, like in between helmets or something like that.
No, like they went like this, and his hand crushed forward on Breeze's as their hands went by. Like he smushed it.
Oh boy!
And you could see right away in the play. You can see Breeze. It hurts, and They said he tore some ligaments in his thumb.
Ah.
Yeah. So
they'll both be out for a bit, huh?
Yeah, he's out for probably 6 weeks, and so it's Teddy Bridgewater's show over in the Saints land now.
And that ended up being a pretty slow game.
It picked up at the end, but yeah, that game started off really slow. It was 3-3, and then 6-6 for the longest time, and then it finally picked up at the end there.
Baseball scores there.
Yeah, baseball scores.
Come on, guys.
Yep.
Tell them to get in the game.
Okay.
So. But there's also something else I want to talk about with this quarterback situation is with also Sam Darnold being out because he has mono. So he's out for a month, which is multiple games. And his backup tonight just got hurt, so he's out for multiple games. So they don't even have a quarterback for the Jets. So when are people finally going to look at Colin Kaepernick? When is he going to come back? Because he deserves to play in this league.
And he's still wanting to play?
Yeah, he still wants to. He's ready. He trains every day waiting for that call.
That's insane.
Yeah, they've blackballed him. It's terrible.
I can't believe that.
Yeah. So I hope that this is finally, they're like, okay, we're in pretty bad shape here. We better do something.
Who did Kaepernick play for?
Kaepernick, he played for the 49ers.
Okay.
He went to the Super Bowl with them.
And because he was on a Nike commercial?
No,
because he kneeled.
Yep.
The protesting.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
And how many years ago was that now?
God, how long was that ago?
You know what? Man, who's going to support Colin Kaepernick? Kaepernick. I don't even know how to say his name. I know football.
He can support himself a bit here.
What's the general consensus amongst most football fans, do you believe?
Well, that's the thing. I don't really know who's a football fan anymore because thanks to fantasy, it's kind of everyone. So I guess I would say most people, if everyone's a football fan, that means most people probably would think he should play.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah. Because I think people think he's good. They understand the deal about the kneeling. It's not just a bunch of, rednecks who watch football, who think that, hey, you better stand or I'm going to not buy Nike. Yeah. I think that's a bunch of crap. I don't think that's everyone who watches football. So I think people would support it.
So
that's frustrating.
So to kind of end the NFL talk, we have a lot of 2-0 standings here. The Kansas City Chiefs, Baltimore Ravens,
who deserve to be there,
New England Patriots, and the Buffalo Bills in the American Football Conference. And then the National Football Conference, we have Green Bay Packers, San Francisco 49ers, Dallas Cowboys, Seattle Seahawks, and the Los Angeles Rams. At some point, the winning streaks will have to break. It won't be 2-0 all this time. And that's what makes football fun. It's a short season, and all games in any game is needed to win.
Yeah.
So,
do you got a hot take on any predictions?
Predictions?
Yeah.
I think
Week 2
Kansas City could go. I actually think Kansas City could go undefeated. Okay. They might lose. I think they play the Patriots towards the end of the season, but I really think they're the better team. I think you can't see on the radio, but I am actually wearing a Patrick Mahomes jersey right now.
Nice.
So I'm kind of biased on this.
I will.
But I think Kansas City
that he is wearing that on the webcam.
I just think Kansas City is a prolific team. They're doing things people just can't do otherwise. Like, other teams can't do what they want to do what Kansas City's doing, and Kansas City's just pulling it off constantly.
That sounds like an excellent segue to another team that's just doing what everyone wishes they could be doing, but they're not.
Who's that?
That's the Minnesota Twins.
Yeah. Let's
The
move on to the
greatest-
MLB.
The greatest Major League Baseball team of all time.
Greatest Major League Baseball team of
And
all the time.
applause. I need to get an applause button. So like
Whenever Dylan
that,
comes in.
yeah, that's the studio guest Dylan. He's one of the famous characters on FuzzJockRadio. So whenever you hear him walk in the door, make sure to do an audience applause for him.
Yay!
Yes.
So
Right.
the Twins, best team
The
ever.
Twins, who played small ball today.
Oh, they did.
Look at them.
They did the small
Look
ball.
at them.
I am sad to not see that Bomba counter go up, but Barrios pitched a hell of a game tonight. Very quality start.
Is Bomba is that a actual Twins term, or is that just the announcers that broadcast?
So it's the Twins call it that because the players were saying they were hitting bombas because that's Spanish for bomb, and so then they called them the Bomba Squad.
Yeah.
And so then they actually had the Minneapolis Bomb Squad meet up with them, and so they took photos with the Bomb Squad equipment.
Are you serious?
And so they were the Minnesota Bomba Squad.
Oh, that's dope. That's awesome. That's fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they did that.
And right now, the Twins are up, I believe, 1 home run over the Yankees.
We are currently at 287 home runs as a team.
And what are the Yankees at?
Yankees trail us with 286. They did not play today, which gives us a little break since we didn't hit any today. But our magic number is back to 9. I think we got a 5-game lead on the Indians. Those are the important numbers about the Twins.
What do those numbers mean?
The magic number is, I think Charlie explained this to me. It's like wins until they're set with the division.
Yeah, so your magic number is how many games that you have to win to guarantee you either win your division or get a playoff spot. So they're trying to win the division, so their magic number is 9. So if they win 9 games,
they can lose.
Doesn't matter anything else that happens.
Yep.
If they can win 9 games, they are guaranteed a playoff spot because they win the division.
Nice.
100%. No one else can take it away from them.
Nice.
I would love to see the Twins take 100 wins.
Yeah. 100-win season would be really nice.
What are we at?
It's
And
been
how
a
many more
while.
games do we have?
I believe 12 games are left.
Oof. So we can only lose 3.
And I'm still waiting for Miguel Sano to clinch his 30th home run.
He will.
He is at 29. That will secure the Twins another home run record of all time, is most players with 30 home runs.
Yep.
We
will
have
be
tied the record at
amazing.
4, and we are 1 home run away from claiming that record.
Wow. Go Twins.
They are the most prolific home run hitting team
Yep.
of all time.
All time.
It's so fun to watch.
Unless New York catches up, right?
Huh?
They'll only catch up if they pay off the opposing pitchers to throw them softballs.
Yeah.
And they don't do that in baseball.
Yeah.
Well, the Yankees are kind of cheating with their ability to hit the home run too, because they got to play the Baltimore Orioles this year, so like all year, So that's kind of cheating because they've given up the most home runs against a single team ever this year. Baltimore Orioles gave up. I can't remember the number, but a lot of home runs against just the Yankees, and that was before. I was like, what, in the middle of the season?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like-
wow.
In the middle of the season,
Yeah.
then they already broke the record for giving up so many.
Yeah, so they kind of cheated. I don't consider that legit. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Well, is anything the Yankees do ever legit?
That's true.
I mean,
That's
they're-
actually a
they're-
good point.
They're the Patriots of baseball.
The
Aren't
Baltimore
they?
Orioles.
Well, the Patriots are the Yankee. The
Patriots
Yankees
are the Yankees
originals.
of football.
Yes, I hate the Yankees, but they're the original dynasty.
The Orioles just recently set the MLB record for the most home runs allowed in the season.
Yeah.
It was
So in against a whole season?
in a whole season.
Like a whole league? Oh my God.
259 home runs.
Wow. That's almost how many we've hit.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and we didn't get to play them as many times
Yeah.
as the Yankees. So
That
there's
seems
your
rigged.
easy mode, Yankees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems rigged. Seems
No
like-
wonder why they're going to have 100 wins.
Yeah. Try setting the record for most games with 5 or more home runs, Yankees,
Yeah.
because we did that.
Try setting that now. Oh, I love this.
So,
I love this talking down to the Yankees.
Do you got any news on the Dodgers?
Yeah. So Dodgers are the only team to have clinched their division so far.
Oh, really?
But they've also they're trying to fight for first place in the National League, so that they get home field advantage throughout the playoffs and World Series.
Yeah.
So I think their number is at. Oh, what is their number? I am curious now.
I feel like we talked to you a week ago and it was like 2. But that was for that was for the division. What's the magic number for the league?
I'm trying to see if I can actually find that stat.
I believe they have the best record currently in the league.
They're 97 and 54 right now.
Yeah.
Well,
then
the Yankees are 98 and
Yankees
53.
have
But they didn't play
Yankees
today,
have
so.
better. But I can't find the number, but I know that it's something like 4 or 5. Like if they can just win 4 or 5 more games, it doesn't matter what anyone else does in the National League. The Dodgers have home field advantage.
That sounds very reasonable.
The Braves have clinched their playoff berth.
They have a playoff berth,
Yeah,
yes. They have not
93
won their
and
division
58.
yet. Their magic number is 4.
The Houston Astros are 98 and 53.
Mm-hmm.
Man, those Astros.
Yeah, them and the Yankees are killing it.
You know, I'm not too worried about coming up against the Astros in the playoffs.
And why is that?
I think the Twins
we fared well against them.
And to be honest, I wasn't too disappointed in our action against the Yankees.
No, those are some of the most entertaining games I've seen in a long time.
It was. It
think-
was very fun to I feel like we've been witnessing like playoff level baseball for a couple months already with this team.
Oh, that Arise has
That's
definitely
true.
been playing well.
He
My
has
hot
been?
take. My hot take is Arise is Rookie of the Year.
It's pretty good, actually. I'd like that.
I
I'm trying to think of who the
he's
guy
still
that
hitting
is
like
the front runner
340.
for Rookie of the Year, but I'd like to see Arise get it instead because he'd be doing it without hitting a lot of home runs, and I would be impressed by that.
Yeah, I think he's leading our team right now in batting average.
Yeah,
He's batting
dude,
350.
he can get a hit. He's clutch as hell.
No guy. I haven't seen anyone with as much strike zone discipline.
Yes, and he can take a walk like no one. I remember that at bat a couple weeks ago. He took against. We ended up walking off the game, and it mattered that he got on base, and he took a walk. It was like a 13 pitch at bat, and he finally took the walk, and like it was just like he wasn't phased one bit. Like he was ready for it the whole time. And he was playing against a good pitcher too. God, I wish I could. I think it was against Boston maybe or something. But he was disciplined. I mean, he was not going to swing at anything that was not in the zone. And he got a lot of what was in the zone, and he fouled it all off.
Yep, he can get a hold of it.
Yeah, he can. He definitely can. What I really like about Arise as well is that he like waves at the ball when he takes a ball.
The pitcher threw one in the dirt, and the catcher kind of dove for it, and you see Arise kind of wave at it. Bye-bye.
Yeah,
He has like little actions and stuff. Oh man, and I just remembered that the end of the schedule here, we're going against Kansas City and Detroit,
And
two not the best teams, so we have a really good chance of clinching that.
Well, and we're playing the White Sox right now, who are also terrible.
Yeah.
Yep. The rest of our season is very easy. And I believe the Indians have to go up against the Nationals yet. And I think...
Wait, Fuzz, what did you just say?
The Mets.
Oh, no, we won tonight.
Yeah, I was like, we won tonight.
I was watching the game.
5-3.
Tonight.
Yeah, we won the game.
Hell of a game.
The Indians have Detroit, Philadelphia, Chicago, and Washington.
Yeah, Washington and Philadelphia.
Okay.
Those Nationals just killed us.
Yeah, they're fighting though. They are fighting to do some damage in the postseason.
I think they're tied with St. Louis for their division.
The
Nationals and St. Louis.
No, St. Louis.
Nationals are fighting for a wild card.
Yeah. Oh, St. Louis is Nationals is the wild card. Yeah. St. Louis is the division winner.
Yes.
And St. Louis is close to also. There's the Cubs fighting it out,
Cubs
and the Brewers, and the Phillies, and the Mets, and the Diamondbacks.
So they'll be tough teams to play against.
Yes,
they'll have
but
a lot to go for.
Yeah, but it's really just a race between the Cubs and the Brewers. It would take a lot for the other teams to catch up.
Yeah.
It could happen, though.
It's possible.
It's possible.
Baseball, there's 162 games.
Yep, 162 games.
A lot of it can come down to a pitch. And, and it can go either way. It can be very stressful seeing your team go down on maybe some bad calls in the strike zone or just not pulling out the hits, and that can happen so easily in baseball. You have to let the losses go.
I agree.
But it's probably easier than in football because every game counts so much more.
Because I remember the last year Dodgers Brewers. That was tough every time they would lose one to the Brewers because I honestly thought the Brewers were the better team. So I thought, well, if we lose one, we can't come back from this. Every time they lost, I thought that. And the Dodgers were able to pull it out and get to another World Series. So they showed me.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't do anything in the World Series, but they showed me by getting there. I didn't have faith in them.
And that's what I like. I really like about baseball is that they play so many games that teams can really dig themselves out if they want to, and it just provides so many different crazy statistics that you can't gather with sports that don't go into long seasons like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you can get comebacks so many times. So many opportunities for comebacks.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. The one and dones. There's really, you just got to come back at the end of the game. That's your only comeback.
That's the worst about NFL is that if your team the first couple of games are bad, it's like you can almost pretty much tell that they're not going to do well the rest of the season because they can't really change too much with that with that such a short season. But yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's
baseball. Twins host the White Sox again tomorrow night with Perez starting.
That's good.
I hope
Perez is not the worst. He's been rough lately, but
he's due for to get back in his prime. So good luck to them tomorrow.
Good luck.
So I don't know what I'm doing here. So I guess that's NFL, baseball, basketball. I guess would be next, which is an off season. So it's kind of tough to talk a little bit about the NBA. However, awesome news tonight. The Minnesota Timberwolves just signed today an undrafted Jordan Murphy from the Minnesota Gophers today.
All right.
Oh, Jordan Murphy.
Yeah. So
do you know that guy?
They talk about him on K-Fan all the time.
Oh, nice.
During the Gopher season.
Yeah. So he's
I love it when our hometown players get signed by our hometown major teams.
Yes,
absolutely.
like Thielen.
Like Joe Mauer.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Mauer too. That's a good one.
This he played with this Wolves Summer League team in Las Vegas, and he averaged 8.9 points and 4.9 rebounds over 7 games. So not too bad. And then averaging 13.5 points and 9.8 rebounds over 4 seasons at the U. So a decent pickup. I think that's going to be good for the young Timberwolves with the new coach Saunders. So every year, I'm always excited to see how the Timberwolves are gonna go, because it's a molding team.
When does the basketball season start?
The Timberwolves' first game is October 8th.
Okay.
And hockey starts just before that.
So we're not far away.
Nope.
So yeah, right now is like definitely pickup time for all these teams. Pick up other players and get them going. And the Timberwolves are coming down to Mankato here very shortly to do their preseason practices and stuff like that.
They are?
We should get Kat on the show.
Let's get him on the show.
We should.
Yeah. Let's get him on the show.
When are they coming to Mankato? Let's check this out.
I mean, I'll order a pizza if he wants.
I don't know if he'd want to eat a pizza, though.
No?
He'd probably love to eat some pizza and play some Fortnite. He streams.
But like the season, doesn't he have to eat good with the season?
There's a thing called cheat
pizza
day.
Is good.
October 1st and 2nd.
It's really good.
They're coming for October 1st and 2nd, and that's a Tuesday and a Wednesday.
All
Unfortunately, we cannot get...
Oh, damn it. Doesn't work for our schedule.
Actually, I will send James up to the arena to get some on-field recording.
On the court reporting?
Yeah.
I got to work that day. It's not
love
going to
it.
work.
Oh, man, I do too. That's what I was going to send you.
Man.
Well, that brings us to a good headway. We all have to work. And one thing that our parent company, if that's what you call it, FuzzJockRadio, likes to stick by is not having advertisements. So, us as hosts, we have to work because we're not making any money off our advertisements. However, there is a way that you can support FuzzJockRadio, and eventually, if we get things going right, we can start paying our hosts. And the way you can support is going to FuzzJockRadio.com. And there's a donation button that's going to be a button for Patreon that's going to be available at some point, so you can get exclusive Fuzz Talk Radio stuff and Fuzz Jock Radio stuff. And then there's also a merch store of FuzzTalkShop.com, which is at FuzzTalkRadio.com, and just buy some merch and support us, and that'd be awesome.
Yes, please do. Please do.
So. The Lynx.
The Lynx just got bounced from the playoffs, which is very shitty.
No.
Yeah, they lost.
That's got to be one of the first times.
That's the first time ever.
No, I think they did 2 last year.
Okay.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
They won on my birthday.
Did you go to the game?
They're our best sports team that we have.
Well, currently they're not.
No?
The Twins are.
Well, I mean this year. I mean of all time. Like
yeah, of all time.
They've got the most championships.
Wait, how many championships do they have?
Like 5 or 6.
Okay, well then maybe that's true, because the Lakers have like 5.
Okay. When they were Minneapolis Lakers?
Yeah, the Minneapolis Lakers have like 5 championships.
What?
Weren't they like the original basketball dynasty?
I don't know. It looks like the Lynx have 4 championships.
4 championships.
Yep. And how many do the Minneapolis Lakers have? This is important information.
This is important.
If you want to be a sports guy.
Well, if I'm reading, wait, this can't be true.
You need to post a link to your sources.
They won 5 titles.
5 titles.
While in Minneapolis, and went on to win 11 moving to L.A.
Yeah.
Okay, so they did win. Yeah, they have 16 championships altogether.
That's
5 of them in Minnesota.
Unfortunately, you can't call that a dynasty.
What? They won 49, 50, 52, 53, 54. That was a dynasty.
No, that's a dynasty. Wow.
They won 5 of 6 years.
85. They missed 86, 87, 88, 2000, 2001,
That's,
2002,
no,
2009, 2010.
that's the Lakers though.
Yeah, but still, that's
LA Lakers.
Yeah, but still, that's impressive.
Yeah, they've had 3 dynasties.
Man,
That's crazy. How about the Bulls? Bulls championships.
yeah.
Those were later.
If someone wants to be our statistician, and just like post all this random questions that we have and post the answers on our Twitter or Facebook,
Yeah, just
You
let us
save
know.
us-
Bulls,
some time?
yeah.
If you want to,
Bulls have 6.
we won't be able to pay you like we mentioned earlier. But if you want to help,
I'll think that you're very awesome.
yeah, I will. I will too.
Yeah. How many times did the Bulls win?
6.
6.
Oh, that's not.
91, 92, 93, 96, 97, 98.
That's pretty good. Pretty
Yeah.
good.
Bring it!
Man, we shouldn't have looked at that because one of those questions where it was going to be my trivia question, so that takes one trivia question off of all the questions I was going to ask you guys. We already did that. So
We're geniuses.
unfortunately,
Brilliant.
one less question at the end of the show tonight.
We'll survive. No, you should ask it anyway. See if we forget.
Yeah, maybe.
That's a good point.
Yeah, maybe we'll do that.
Yeah.
So, you got anything about cricket there, C-Dubs? What's up with cricket?
Sure. So in cricket, hang on, let me just do this quick. So in cricket, they just had the Ashes, which is when England plays Australia. So they just had all the sessions of it.
James is already falling asleep.
I know it's pretty hard to pay attention to. But so yeah, so how it works is they have 5 tests, 4 or 5 tests or whatever, however many they need for the thing. A test is a game. A test is one game. One game can be up to 5 days, and you play one day for 8 hours.
One day for 8 hours. That's like bowling.
You play, yeah, and then you play possibly for 5 days, 8 hours every day.
What?
You also break while you play for lunch, tea, and drinks.
Do you take lunch with the other team?
No, you go to your locker room and you have lunch.
Do you have tea break with the other team?
They have bathroom breaks.
With the other team?
No.
Oh.
You don't have to go to the bathroom with the other team. No, they
That-
don't make you do that.
That would be weird. 8 hours a day for 5 days?
Yes, and so unless you get the 10 wickets, then it's over. Or no, then you just keep going because it stumps when it's over. So yeah, it's like 8 hours.
What's the stump?
Stumps means it's been long enough.
Oh, this game is long enough. We'll just quit.
Next
right
day,
here.
8 days. It's when it's like it's been 8 hours. It stumps.
Oh,
Well,
jeez.
probably because it's tea time.
That sounds like a lot of.
No, that's a different time.
Oh.
Tea time is during the match. They have tea.
Okay.
They stop the game
Yeah.
and they go
That's
have
part
tea.
of the game is having tea.
And then they come back. Yes.
Do they make points during the tea? Like if someone
No,
was
they
able to
don't.
drink their
They
tea
score. They do score a lot of points. In fact, this last test was
which is a game.
The game. England scored 329 runs.
Wow.
Wow. Well, I mean,
That's
of
way
cour-
more runs
I mean,
than our
of,
sports.
Of course, it's going to have a high score if you're going to play 8 hours a day for 5 days.
Yeah, and you have to get 10 outs to end an inning.
Oh man.
And an out in cricket might be one of the hardest things to do in sports because it's the game is made so you don't have to get out. Like everything prevents you from having to get forced out. They have to basically do a specific thing, which is bowling and hitting the wickets.
Wait.
If they can't do that, you're not going to get out because it's going to be really hard for you to pop out or for you to hit the wickets or for you to foul out. It's really hard to do. So you basically have to hit the wickets.
That's what it comes down to in the end.
The
Hitting
wickets.
the wickets.
The wickets, man.
You got to hit the wickets.
Yeah.
So how many innings are there?
Technically, I guess like 2. There's a top and a bottom of an inning.
What?
Well, there's a top of an inning and a bottom of an inning.
And each takes like a few days?
So the top inning could be 1 day, and the bottom of an inning could be another day. The top of the next inning is another day, and then. But the thing is, if the games take longer than the whole day, it could take up to 5 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I get that point.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
it could take up to 40 hours.
Yeah.
Subtract the breaks that they had. How long is their lunch break?
I think it's like a half hour, 45 minutes.
Oh boy. And is that the same for their tea time?
No, their tea time's like 10 minutes.
Tea time. Can they talk about their strategy during this
Yes.
time? Okay, cool. So then that is actually kind of part of the game.
Yeah.
How many lunch breaks do they get? 1 a day?
1.
Just 1 in the 8-hour period?
That sounds
Yes.
right.
That sounds about right. And then 1 tea time?
Yes, and then 1 drinks.
How long is it drinks?
I think it's like 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay. So
Do they have like a pint at that point?
No, they just get drinks of like someone comes out and gives everyone water.
Oh.
So it's about a 35-hour game if you.
They're not allowed to have water at any other time?
Well, that's the thing. They do. They can and they do. They just break the game for water.
They make a big deal of it for 5 minutes.
Oh, this guy needs water over here. Let's
No,
break
it's
the
not
game.
even that.
Let's stop.
I mean, they have like Gatorade too.
Do they get water bottles in their dugout?
They don't have a
They
dugout.
don't have a
Everyone's
dugout.
on the field.
How many?
Except for the opposing team who's batting. So if you're batting, you're up in the clubhouse. Like you're up in the stands.
Okay.
With the fans?
Kind of. You're in a booth, but you're amongst the seating area.
Oh, wow.
How
So
many
like you come
players
down
are
from the
on-
stands to get onto the pitch.
How many
or
players
whatever
are
they
there
call the
on a
field.
cricket team?
How many? What?
How many players are on a cricket team?
I would guess 11. I actually have no clue.
So this is potentially a 35-hour game. Subtract the
Breaks.
break. No, actually, no, a 39-hour game. I was reading things wrong. It's minutes, not hours. 39-hour game that has a top of an inning and a bottom of an inning that can last 5 days. It has how many outs in an inning?
10. 10 wickets.
So then 10 wickets altogether. So
10 per inning.
okay, so 20 wickets altogether.
Well, no, 10 per half inning. So 40 wickets.
I'm so
It's just like baseball. You'd be if it were 4
just
innings
like
or
baseball.
2 innings, it would be
and then
12.
and then at some point you need water.
Yes.
So everybody gets in a car and drives to the local bowling alley
No.
and they go bowling. I get it.
No,
I
bowling
totally get
is what
this.
they call pitching.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Do they pitch like a regular baseball pitcher?
No, you should actually go to YouTube and look up cricket bowling.
Boy. Oh,
They
Like,
kinda-
look what
they'll
really
throw it
look at
overhand
really
and it
good
kinda
cricket bowling is.
bounces on the ground, right?
Okay, so did you find
Which
cricket
Ty
bowling?
says only pay for what you need with Liberty Mutual.
yeah.
Hey, don't
but
listen to that.
These ads that we're not getting paid for wanted to play. Well, wait a minute. What just happened there? The guy's running around with his hands up.
He throws
He
it.
got a wicket.
It looks normal.
He throws it right in front of him, and it
Looks
almost
normal.
hits the guy in the junk.
Whoa.
Oh, that's
that
not
guy
what
ran.
that's not normal then. That's wrong. That's not how you do it normally.
Oh,
10 top 10 worst cheating incidents. There's cheating
No.
in cricket?
Yeah. Oh, you want to hear about the cheating in cricket?
Oh boy.
oh man. We're
Okay,
getting
so the
into
Australian
down and
team a few years ago got caught cheating on live television.
On live television. I think I actually heard about this. What?
They had sandpaper in their pants and were
Oh.
rubbing it on the ball, like so that the ball would get a special way so that they could throw it how they wanted to get a better grip on it.
Yeah.
And they got caught on live television doing it, like on TV.
Oh, wow.
And
That's
the
a
guys,
shame.
all the
Crazy.
players who did it were banned for years, but they just got back. So Australia actually had them playing in this most recent Ashes. They were back, those players.
The same ones that were cheaters?
The same ones who are the cheaters.
Did they check their pants?
Oh, that guy bounced it.
Huh?
He bounced it off the ground.
Yeah, you bounce it. That's how you bowl.
Whoa, that's just.
It's not how I bowl.
This is how you bowl. The last week when we went bowling,
you bowl exactly like that.
It went up and then boom, 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 and then rolled and everyone was like, "Oh shit!" Do the attendants know that just happened, James? He's like, "No, that's how I bowl. That's normal, right?" And we're like, "No, man, you're gonna ruin the lane. Oh, can't take James bowling."
Wow. Dude, I'm officially a cricket fan. This looks so cool.
This looks fun.
Everyone has got to start watching cricket.
It sounds really draining, but yeah, it sounds fun. Especially if you get a tea break. Can you smoke a cigarette during that?
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Have you ever seen a cricket player smoke a cigarette?
No.
Never.
Have you met a cricket player?
No, I haven't met a cricket player.
Is there such a thing as a cricket?
Yes, I've played cricket. I played cricket in high school, for one game. But we did it with my teacher, Pat Ryan.
How long did it take to explain the rules?
That was the whole purpose of the event. He was teaching us how to teach something. So he taught us the rules to cricket, and then taught us how to teach people the rules of cricket. I forgot it all now. I've only had to relearn all of this. But that was the experiment. So he taught us cricket, we played it, and then we had to teach cricket to people. That was the lesson.
Yes. Well, it looks like the game that I want to check out. It looks like it's fast paced with a lot of.
That's the problem. It's definitely not fast paced.
What with all that bowling and people getting hit by the ball?
Because they bowl once every 3 minutes.
Okay, I'm just gonna have to watch one of these.
That's why it takes 8 hours, but it's great. I will say cricket.
What
is
do they do between pitches? They just throw the ball.
They walk around, just like they do in baseball.
Walk around. Good day to you.
Hello, how are you, chap?
Yeah.
No, they talk shit.
Oh, you asshole!
There was a guy throwing the ball really close to the dude and hit him twice, and he was like, "Fuck you, man." He was like, "Oh, fuck you." It's pretty good.
Okay. All right.
I'll go with that.
Yeah.
So one thing that we have to look forward to in these podcasts is that the Olympics are coming up here in 2020. The Summer Olympics, which are my favorite Olympics, July 24th through August 9th, 2020. Do you guys have any favorite Olympic sport at all?
The Olympics?
Yeah.
I really like diving.
Yeah, that's fun.
I think diving is fun.
I used to not like diving when I was a kid because I didn't understand what was going on. But holy crap, they can move their shit around in air.
Swimming is cool too. Swimming relay is great. Or not relay, whatever it is. But swimming is great too. I don't know. I like people doing things in water because water is fighting against you the whole time, and you're fighting back. You know what I mean?
Take that, water.
Along with that's a perfect I found myself falling in love with water polo. That is such a brutal sport where you have to tread water for 40 minutes.
That's
and
really cruel for the horses, though.
That's right. And unfortunately, anytime that I got to watch it was really late at night when I was young. But they dunk each other under the water and shit, and it's pretty brutal. I myself also like pole vault, which they don't really show a whole lot, and then short distance track. I think it's really fun to watch.
Now, were you a track guy?
Yeah, I ran short distance and pole vaulted for a little bit, so that kind of goes along with why I like that stuff.
I like that though.
Yeah.
That shows that you appreciate the sport you were part of.
Yeah,
I don't really like wrestling, and that's what I did.
We broke a couple school records in our 4x1 team and 4x2 team, and then also went to state for the 4x2 and 4x1.
Hell yeah, you're a record holder. You're a champion, Fuzzy.
Yeah, if you want to say that.
Yeah. You are a champion, Fuzzy.
We are getting close to the end of the podcast here. And like I said, like I promised, I have trivia questions that I wrote up a couple days ago. Hopefully, they're trivia questions that you can answer, guys. And we're going to keep score. Oh, yeah, I need to get that.
I just want to say that I look forward to watching the gymnastics because I love ninja flips.
Ooh.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Gymnastics are always good,
Ninja
too.
flips, y'all.
You know, actually, now that I think about it, there's a ton of stuff that I like, and there's even more, because volleyball is really good, too. I really like, I remember the last Summer Olympics, I watched a shoot ton of volleyball.
When will they add dodgeball to the Summer Olympics?
Yeah, they need dodgeball, Olympic dodgeball. I say we start the petition for it.
Ooh. People are going to get hurt.
Yeah, well.
People are going to die in the Olympics. All right.
So I got some questions ready for us. This is fuzzy memory trivia. We have a bonus question at the end that our celebrity guest Dylan brought up. That he created. So here we go, guys.
I'm ready.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna keep score. And here we go. So,
how do we chime in? Or do we each get a question?
You each. I guess I didn't even think about the rules.
This is a sports show, not a quiz show.
I just wanted to ask questions, I guess.
How about we could take turns, and if
yeah, we'll take turns.
Okay, so I just asked a question. You guys take turns.
Yeah.
Okay. So
you go first, James.
Okay, first question to me.
First question to James. Which is the only American football team to go a whole season undefeated, including the Super Bowl?
I totally know this, but I don't. I'm gonna guess. Charlie's pointing at his hat. No,
I don't have a hat.
He's not wearing. The.
I think he knows the answer.
Is it the New England Patriots?
Let's see. Is it the New England Patriots?
Does he get a chance
I can tell you
to
right
steal?
now, it is not the New England Patriots.
Does he get a chance to steal?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
I get a chance to steal?
Yep.
Well, I would say that it is the Miami Dolphins.
And for a bonus point, what year?
Oh, shoot. It would be 1972.
Exactly. Ding, ding, ding.
Yes!
Charlie has
Well
now 2
played.
points, and James has 0.
Yeah, that's how I thought this would go.
Okay, so next question.
To C-dubs.
To C-dubs. Which is the only team to play in every soccer World Cup tournament?
The only team to play in all of them?
In every soccer World Cup tournament.
I'm going to go with
England?
Mm-hmm.
Final answer? Brazil.
Okay. Oh,
That's
shoot.
what
He didn't
my
get to
answer's
steal.
gonna be.
I fucked that up.
What if he knew it?
Honorary point. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, get him the point.
So we are now 2-1.
Oh, we got to work on our quiz
sorry
show.
about that. Okay.
This is why it's called fuzzy memories.
They're pretty fuzzy. Okay.
It's
Okay.
pretty fuzzy.
A question to James, and we're going 5 questions. This is question number 3.
All right.
Okay.
Raging Bull is the classic movie is about which real life boxer?
It's the Rocky, but like the guy's real name, like the same guy that Rocky was based off of. I can't think of it.
You want to pass?
I pass.
I don't know boxing.
So you don't know.
So I'll say Joe Frazier.
Okay. The real answer is Jake LaMotta.
Oh, okay.
And then the bonus question would have been, what year did Raging Bull come out? And that which was 1980.
Oh, interesting.
So that's
Okay.
question number 3, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Question number 4 to C-dubs.
I'm ready.
At the 1976 Olympic Games in Montreal, gymnast Nadia Comaneci became the first gymnast to score a perfect 10. Which country was she representing?
Say the name again.
In the 1976 Olympic Games in Montreal, gymnast Nadia Comaneci, Comaneci.
I'm going to say Yugoslavia.
Do I get a chance to steal?
Yes.
Yeah, give him a chance to steal.
You know, I think the name sounds Romanian.
Romania is correct.
Good job.
So we are now
Got a
tied
point.
up,
Tied
2-2.
Tied up.
Ooh, perfect first. This is the perfect.
This is the World
This is
Series
the final
of trivia.
question.
This is perfect. And to see James.
Okay.
Let's see here. Who is the NFL's all-team leading rusher?
All-team leading rusher.
All-time
leading rusher. Barry Sanders.
Wait, do I get to steal?
And C-Dubs for the steal and the win.
Is it? I'm Eric Dickerson.
No.
Oh.
No. It was
no,
Emmitt Smith
it's not still.
of the Dallas
Emmitt Smith?
Cowboys with 18,355 yards.
Wow.
I got a question. Did I say a real football player's name? Is Barry Sanders a real football player?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
He's a prolific running back.
Nice. Okay, so not only was that a real football player, but a somewhat educated guess. Imagine that.
Yep.
So we're tied.
That's the end of Fuzzy Memories. Unfortunately, Dylan did not have a question for us this week. That actually
So
was
it's a tie.
So yeah, it's a tie, and unfortunately, we're at the end of our hour.
Wait, before you, it's actually a draw because since it's a sports show, that's what it's called when you tie. It's a draw.
Okay, cool, awesome.
Okay.
What do they call it in cricket?
I think it's the way you wouldn't.
A sticky wicket.
Well, thank you for tuning in, everybody. Once again, we will be broadcasting every Monday right after the NFL Monday Night Football to talk to you about sports. This is Fuzzy,
C-Dubs,
and James signing off.
We're going to coordinate that next time, totally.
Yeah.
We really appreciate you listening.
Thank you.
Look for the download here coming up shortly.
FuzzJockRadio!
HutHutHike!